When people talk about startup growth, they often picture marketing campaigns, ad budgets, and sales funnels. But the companies that achieve massive, enduring scale, companies like Facebook, Uber, and TikTok, didn't just rely on linear funnels. They built growth loops and harnessed network effects. Growth loops are self reinforcing cycles that compound over time. Each new user doesn't just consume value, they create value, bringing in more users and generating momentum. Network effects are the reason why the biggest platforms become stronger as they grow, building moats that competitors find nearly impossible to cross. Mastering growth loops and virality is about designing your product so that every action creates fuel for further adoption. Instead of pushing growth through brute force marketing, you build systems where users themselves become the engine. This is how exponential growth happens. Growth loops matter because they shift growth from linear to exponential. In a traditional funnel, growth is linear. You acquire a lead, you convert them, you retain them. It's a straight path, and it requires constant external fuel. More ads, more outreach, more spending. Growth loops, by contrast, are self reinforcing cycles. Each user becomes a catalyst who brings in additional users. Their actions, sharing content, inviting friends, or creating value, become the inputs for new adoption. The result is compounding growth. Loops feed themselves, getting stronger with every cycle. Instead of paying for every new user, your existing users generate new ones. This creates a sustainable advantage. Because the loop compounds over time, competitors can't easily replicate your growth. It becomes increasingly difficult for them to catch up because your system accelerates while theirs stagnates. This is why unicorns scale so quickly. Facebook didn't grow because of ads. It grew because every new user made the platform more valuable to others. Uber didn't grow from marketing spend alone. It grew because more riders attracted more drivers, and more drivers attracted more riders. TikTok didn't just advertise, it created loops where creators attracted viewers, and viewers became creators themselves. The key lesson: loops build engines of growth, while funnels simply move leads through a process. Virality is often misunderstood as something manufactured by marketers. In truth, virality emerges when sharing is built into the product experience itself. The viral mechanism works when users naturally invite or attract others while using the product. It's not about gimmicks or paid ads. It's about creating experiences that are inherently shareable. There are three elements of genuine virality: built in sharing. Sharing must be integrated into the core functionality. Think of how WhatsApp spreads. Every message sent invites someone else to join the network. Natural incentives. Users must benefit from inviting others. Dropbox nailed this by offering extra storage space for referrals. The user gained value, and the company gained growth. Exponential reach. Each user has the potential to reach an entire network. TikTok videos don't just entertain one person, they can spread to millions. Virality can be measured with the K factor formula. This calculates how many new users each existing user brings in. A K factor above 1.0 means each user is generating more than one new user, creating exponential growth. Below 1.0, growth fizzles out. Dropbox provides a classic success story. Their referral program wasn't just clever marketing, it was embedded in the product experience. File sharing was already social, so inviting friends for extra storage felt natural. That viral mechanic drove explosive growth, turning early adopters into their most effective salespeople. The lesson: true virality comes from designing experiences where users benefit by spreading your product, not from forcing gimmicks. Network effects are the deeper foundation behind virality and loops. They describe how a product becomes more valuable as more people use it. There are three main types of network effects. Direct network effects occur when the value of the product increases directly with the number of users. Messaging apps like WhatsApp are the perfect example. The more of your friends who join, the more valuable the app becomes to you. Indirect network effects happen when growth attracts complementary products and services. Apple's iPhone became more valuable as more developers created apps for the App Store. More users attracted more developers attracted more users. Two-sided networks exist when two different groups reinforce each other. Uber thrives on this. More drivers attract more riders, and more riders attract more drivers. Each side of the marketplace fuels the other. Network effects create defensible moats. They make it harder for competitors to lure users away because the value of staying grows with scale. Leaving WhatsApp doesn't just mean switching apps, it means losing access to your entire network. That stickiness is nearly impossible to replicate once scale is achieved. This is why network effects are prized by investors. They turn ordinary products into dominant platforms with nearly unassailable positions in the market. Designing growth loops requires more than luck. It's about engineering the cycle deliberately. Every loop has three parts. Trigger. A user takes an action, inviting a friend, creating content, or engaging in a way that produces value. Output. That action attracts new users, generates content, or enhances the ecosystem. Feedback. The new users repeat the same action, amplifying the cycle. TikTok provides a clear example. A creator makes a video. That's the trigger. The video attracts viewers. That's the output. Viewers share the video or become creators themselves. That's the feedback. The loop repeats, compounding the platform's reach with every cycle. The secret is making the trigger action natural and rewarding. If sharing feels forced or unrewarded, loops fail. But if the action is embedded into the user's success, like sharing a document in Google Drive, inviting teammates in Slack, or posting a video on TikTok, the loop sustains itself. Well-designed loops don't feel like marketing campaigns. They feel like natural extensions of the product experience. Some of the most successful startups in history mastered growth loops early. Dropbox built Virality directly into their referral program. Sharing files became an engine for growth, turning everyday use into viral acquisition. The result, 100 million users in just 6 years. Zoom created loops through meeting attendees. Every participant in a Zoom call was exposed to the product's value. If they weren't already users, many signed up afterward. That loop drove 300 million daily users by 2020. Airbnb built loops into its marketplace. Hosts attracted travelers, and satisfied travelers often became hosts themselves. Each side of the marketplace grew because the other expanded, leading to 4 million hosts worldwide. These stories underline the same lesson. Growth loops scale faster and more sustainably than linear funnels. They turn users into evangelists, actions into invitations, and platforms into ecosystems. The takeaway is simple but profound. Don't just build funnels, build loops. Design your product so that user success naturally drives new user acquisition. That is how you achieve compounding, exponential growth. Growth loops, virality, and network effects are not buzzwords. They are the engines of modern startup success. Funnels may drive initial adoption, but they require constant external fuel. Loops, by contrast, are self-sustaining. They compound over time, making growth faster, cheaper, and harder for competitors to replicate. Virality happens when sharing is built into the product, when users benefit from spreading the word, and when every action has exponential reach. Network effects deepen this advantage, making platforms stickier and more defensible as they scale. The success stories of Dropbox, Zoom, TikTok, and Airbnb remind us that exponential growth isn't an accident, it's designed. It's built into the DNA of the product experience. The ultimate takeaway is this: don't just think about how to acquire customers, think about how customers can acquire other customers for you. Build loops, not just funnels. Because when every user becomes a growth engine, your startup stops pushing and starts compounding. And that is the path to building truly enduring companies.